People. Que pasa, sapa, say what they do. Now the first part of this video is called the Chinese loan trap. The Chinese web that they use to catch Jamaica and other developing countries. And people, you know that Jamaica has been taking out a lot of loans by the government. We are talking about the JLP, by the PNP, on the behalf of the country, to the detriment of the country. So anyways, I am going to give you a few case studies of countries or islands that are in the same situation or were in the same situation as Jamaica and the results. Now the first case study, we are speaking about Sri Lanka. Now this was a developing country and they needed some money to develop their country, Rete and Lele. And we all know that China is the bank to the world. China is the mafiosa bank when it comes to loan to developing countries and third world countries like those. So anyways, they gave them some loan to develop their infrastructure. They gave them some loan to develop their seaport, their shipping port, their highways. And people, for the first years, the country looked like it was prospering. It looked like it was booming. But after a few years, they could not repay the debt. And people, as soon as you can't pay the piper, you know exactly what is going to happen. China started to take over control of the country, and basically everything that they built, they now owned because they were in debt. I am talking about Sri Lanka. They could not pay off their loan. So people, that is the first case study, and that is the first example that Jamaica should learn from. Now the second case study, we are speaking about Papua New Guinea. We are speaking about a small place. And they took out exactly or in excess of $2 billion in Chinese loans. And then build skyscraper, they build infrastructure, they build seaport, they build land port, they build everything under the sun on the behalf of the Chinese, on the behalf of their country, to the detriment of the people of the country. And people, the same thing happened, because like they say, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, are not learning from people that did the same thing over and over and expect the same result. And that will apply to Jamaica to point blank and period. Now people, this problem did not just apply to Sri Lanka and Papua New Guinea. It also happened in the Maldives. It also happened in Pakistan, Malaysia, Laos, Mongolia, Egypt, Kenya, South Africa, Rete and Lele. So people, you see exactly what is going on. You see the trend. You see they come in and they build the infrastructure. We are talking about airport, we are talking about seaport, we are talking about the highway, then we are talking about everything that has to do with trade. And therefore, after you can't pay the loan, then therefore you are indebted to the country. We are talking about China. So when we look at these examples, and we see that Jamaica is putting itself in the same situation. We are talking about the government of Jamaica. We are talking about the JLP. We are talking about the PNP. They are taking out loans on the behalf of the people of Jamaica to the detriment of the people of Jamaica. And like them say, when you dance with the devil, you get FUCK. And there is nothing known as a free lunch, or anything that comes free comes with a cost. So people, if we don't learn from those examples, then we are going to end up in the same situation. And that is exactly what we see going on in Jamaica right now. But when we look at the situation, we have to understand the circumstances and why the government of these countries do what they do. Because it is all a hustle. Most of these government, most of these politicians are thieves. They are crooks. They are looking about their future investment for themselves and their family. It is never about the country. It is never about the people of Jamaica and those other countries. It is all about self. It is all about getting rich. It is all about going in, scraping up all the money that you can, and then retiring very wealthy in some other country. In some first world country, we are talking about America, we are talking about UK, Rete and Lele. So that is exactly what you see the PNP is doing in Jamaica. That is exactly what you see the JLP is doing in Jamaica. They are taking out loans, and they know the result. They know what to expect. They know what is going to happen in the future, but they do not care. Because remember now, people, Jamaica and other third world countries, other developing countries that are taking these loans, they are managed by bright people. We are talking about people who are economists and financial advisors. So my point is this: these politicians of these countries, they realize and they know when they are getting a bad deal. They know when it is not financially viable. However, they still sign these deals because at the end of the day, they are not the ones that are going to pay for it. It is the citizens of these countries, because at the end of the day, when they retire and they're out of politics, they are going to be filthy rich. Point blank and period, at the detriment of the people of the country or their own nation. So anyway, people, like me say, it is just my views and opinion. It is not the gospel. Your views and opinion can be respectfully different from mine, but let me know what you think in the comment section. Now people, before I move to the next part of my news, please subscribe to my new dancehall channel. It is called Jamaica Dancehall Source. Thank you very much. So the next thing that is popping in the news is good news, and it is something that I don't think that we hear too often. And it is that an escape man. We are speaking about a person whose name is Romario Green. And he was wanted for slap away conspiracy to slap away and WOUNDING with intent. Some people, we see that he took away at least a life or two, and he also hurt some other persons. Now people, this all happened on Monday when he was taken to the Trelawney Parish Court, and he did a Houdini act. He basically take away himself. And people, I don't know how he did it. I don't know the specifics. All I know is that he escaped, and the Popo basically put him on the wanted man's list, and Rete and Lele. But surprisingly, he was turned over to the Popo by his family members. People, did you hear what I say? You don't need to do a double take. Yes, his family members turned him over. And people, don't ask me what happened. Don't ask me if the Popo went to his house and threatened his family members and Rete and Lele. However, it seems like the family members spoke to him and spoke some common sense in his head and tell him, say, listen, don't play with these Popo. They will take away your life, and they will also take away the life of the family members. Because people, the truth and the fact is that we know how these Popos operate in Jamaica. When they are looking for somebody, when they are looking for a person of interest, the family is always the first place that they are going to go to. So it seems like the mother or the father or the granny or whoever spoke to this man and tell them, say, listen, give in yourself, or else there might be consequences, there might be circumstances that you can't control. So anyway, the good news is that he was returned to the Falmouth Popo on Tuesday. And people, like me say, we have to say kudos, we have to say congratulations to the family. So the moral of the story is that he was turned over to the Falmouth Popo, and he is now in Popo's custody. So people, that is always a good look, because like we say, he is wanted, or he was wanted for some serious crimes, point blank and period. So anyways people, like me say, it is just my views and opinion. It is not the gospel. Your views and opinion can be respectfully different from mine, but let me know what you think in the comment section. Bless up.